Have I ever told you how much I hate this place?
Then leave.
We both know I can't do that.
Okay, then what's got you down?
Life hasn't gone quite the way I was hoping it would after I got out of the facility.
What?
It's what I call, school. It's what I call school.
Maybe step away from the computer?
Are you kidding me? This machine is the only thing that has ever loved me. What the fuck? Bro, what the shit is this?
Welcome to your doomed nihilistic nerd. Or should I say nihilistic nord?
Oh, it's the furry from last October.
I'm not a furry, I'm a dogman.
Yeah, whatever. So, where am I?
I, Dogman Joe, this rank assassin, have created this digital world and trapped you inside it. The chase is over.
Huh, this kind of reminds me of Narita Boy. Narita Boy is an action platformer developed by the indie studio known as Studio Koba. As of the writing of this review, this is their first and only game. There's really not too much to go into here, so let's just dive right into the game's story. Just a heads up, if you want to avoid some minor spoilers, you'll want to cut to the flashing timestamp. Alright, we've wasted enough time. There's no two ways about it. This game's story is an absolute clusterfuck. Some guy that looks like Dixon from Xenoblade Chronicles if he was bald has a mental relapse, and this causes evil code in his digital kingdom to take over. Meanwhile, some generic isekai protagonist gets screeched at by his mother to turn off his video games. Relatable. After the tongue lashing, the computer kinda sucks the kid into it, you know, like Captain N. You like that? A reference to an 80s cartoon everyone knows existed, but no one bothers remembering the finer details of the plot? Well, that's basically how Narita Boy feels, but in this case, it's because of how convoluted this shit is about to get. After getting isekai'd into the digital kingdom, this time without a truck, the player is given a shit ton of exposition. This boils down to the digital kingdom having been taken over by the evil him and his corrupt code called the Stallion. This is not only destroying the digital kingdom, but it somehow gave Bald Dixon dementia. So then the kid instantly receives the title of Narita Boy, must travel to the castle, and then free the 3 houses of the Trichroma. You're probably thinking,
wow, nerd, that sounds like a really simple plot.
Well, that's because I cut out 90% of the techno jargon and needless information, which, mind you, was presented in the most mind-numbingly tedious way possible. Exposition. Imagine it like this. You're a college student taking a class that you are somewhat but not totally invested in. You get into class only for your professor to be the most dull and uninspiring human in existence. Yeah, this is how Narita Boy tells its story. Despite the beautiful graphics, which we'll discuss later, the devs seem to have forgotten the timeless rule of show, not tell. But the crazy thing here is the environmental details and NPC actions already tell us much of what we need to know. So ultimately, the majority of the dialogue simply adds unneeded filter. I'm not kidding when I say you could shave off half of the dialogue and the experience would be better. That being said, this is only one aspect of the story. The other is Bald Dixon's memories. This is why the player is in the digital kingdom in the first place. After completing portions of the game, the players will see the memories of Bald Dixon. This is a really interesting look because Bald Dixon is just a guy. He goes through the ups and downs of life, having love, having loss, the human experience, and the player experiences that life through these short emotional scenes. It's down to earth and really touching, is what I would be saying if he didn't start a fucking cult based on the digital kingdom after his wife left him. Sometimes less is more. So the story doesn't quite hit the ball out of the park. What about the gameplay? Narita Boy is an action platformer that has very light Metroidvania aspects. There's some exploration throughout the game, however, the experience is much more linear than in Metroidvania. This is a good thing because the game completely lacks a map. The gameplay loop consists of finding keys, opening doors to find more keys that open other doors, all whilst engaging in combat with the stallions. Sometimes these doors contain rooms with new abilities that let the player progress where they couldn't before. Those abilities will only be used going forward. Players will not backtrack to previous regions to find hidden secrets. Essentially, everything the player needs to complete a region 100% is contained within said region. Let's talk about combat. Narita Boy has a hefty arsenal of abilities, some of which serve as both combat utility and traversal. This could be amazing, but it falls flat due to design choice. Remember how I said there is no map in Narita Boy? Well, to make up for that, the devs designed the game to have scripted combat segments. These non-repeating segments tell the player they're going the right way. However, this is a double-edged sword. This is because players are now severely limited in how they can experiment with these abilities. Not to mention, Narita Boy is a very floaty character. This makes combat feel sluggish. Dodging enemy attacks and precision movement suffer greatly here, and death often feels cheap because of it. Speaking of death, it's more of an inevitable annoyance than something to actively avoid. This is because there are very few ways for the player to heal. There's literally one. And checkpoints are so frequent that death is meaningless. Sometimes it's just better to throw an encounter and retry at full health.
Enough dilly-dallying. It's time to answer for your sins. Large Lenny sends his regards.
Huh. Neat.
You fools. Get him.
Come in.
Nerd, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You've been teleported to a digital world.
I'm aware of this.
The Dogman has a remote device on his ship that can get you out of there. Retrieve it for me.
Alright, you fur-faced fucktard. Give me your ship, or I'll put you down like the dog you are. God damn it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm sending you a ship to intercept him.
Can it be a mech instead?
No.
It's 9:30 p.m. Saturday night, April 18th, 1998. Nerd and his childhood friends are hanging out in his mother's basement, both glued to the dim glow of a CRT TV, flickering with donkeys, Kongs, and countries too. He never knew it, but these are the days he would look back fondly upon. Back when the solution to life's problems was a juice box and a slice of pizza, that is what it feels like to look at Narita Boy. A glimpse into a past, at least it is for me. The color scheme, the lighting, and the effects all reminisce back to the nostalgia of my youth. The landscapes feel hauntingly familiar, like a liminal space, but not quite. Muted colors make up a background, while dashes of glowing, vivid colors create a lively atmosphere, making this seemingly lonely, dull world spring to life, if not only for a moment. This is where Narita Boy shines. It is the definition of a feast for the eyes. This is only complemented by a beautifully crafted atmospheric soundtrack. I hate to use the term hauntingly familiar again, but that's exactly how many of these tracks feel. I feel like I'm standing upon the cusp of an unknown reality, staring out in awe at something I cannot fully comprehend. This serenity is only broken when the frantic rush of combat is thrust upon me, robbing me or perhaps freeing me of the torment of contemplation. Yeah, the combat music is pretty good too. It is closer to synthwave, chillwave, or darkwave. I don't know, they all kind of blend together for me. Narita Boy is truly a spectacle of color and sound that is held back by a needlessly convoluted story and poorly executed gameplay. The reality of this is heartbreaking, because I want to love this game so much. You can tell a lot of passion went into this project. but it just shits the bed so hard when it comes to those two aspects. It renders what could be something so beautiful and wonderful into something mediocre at best. I don't want to say the game is bad, but it certainly isn't good either. When the gameplay is as flawed as this, it becomes hard to recommend Narita Boy to people looking to play a game, rather than experience an artistic endeavor. You play Narita Boy for the art, not the gameplay. And that's not necessarily a good thing in this medium. Alright, you son of a bitch, give me your ship. Oh my god.
I've got you right where I want you.
Crap, 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 crap.
Time to settle this like men. This isn't, the last, you've heard, from me.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry. Hey, where'd the ship go?
I think I sent it to the wrong time code.
No harm, no foul.